Welcome back to Self-Built. Today I am doing a 1-year review on the KEPPI bench. I can't believe I've had this bench for over a year now. It's actually been 14 months and I used the heck out of it. But this bench has been amazing. I have loved it. I'm going to show you the details of it, some mods that I've done, and answer the question is it worth it? Is it worth the price? This is my full-time gym. It's rare that I go a workout without using the bench. So I'm going to go over the good things, the bad things, and most importantly, is this thing worth your hard-earned dollars and what kind of wear and tear is this thing showing? Let's jump into it. Here's a look of it after a year. There's a little bit of stretching here and there in the leather. That's from doing some incline presses. The wheels have been just fine. It's a little dusty. Hey, who cares? A little bit of scratches here, but that's me. That's nothing wrong with this thing. Paint's been just fine. On the front, I did add this anchor here. If you've seen my other video, I show you how you convert this and put in a leg curl attachment. If not, I'll leave a link in the description if you haven't seen it before. So, I mean, that will take a little paint off, but that's to be expected with that. When I first got this, the only damage that I could see was here and here, the little sticker was worn off or torn off or something. And I reached out to KEPPI and they said they would send something. They never did. I don't really care. But if it matters to you, that's what happened. I just put some white out on those spots and I don't even look at this anymore. But hey, if you look at it far away, you can't tell as much. One of the biggest things I was looking for when looking for a bench was the way that you can adjust the height of the top and the bottom cushion. I love that this is like commercial gyms to where you can quickly pull a pin, slide it into whatever position that you want, and continue your workout. It is super fast, super effective, and it locks in really quick, which is nice. In the other video I mentioned it, but I'll mention it again here. The only modification I did to these pins was there used to be a bunch of threads here, and I just ground them down so it'll slide in and out. If you didn't do that, you'd have to tighten it all the way. The threads start right about here. So unless you thread it in, it's not going to be fully in and secure. So I just removed it. So bam, problem solved. Haven't had any issues with it. It has been super convenient. There's one on the back and the front, so you can do that option. Whenever you need to move this, if it's already in an upright position, a super easy thing that I do is just grab right here because it's a perfect handle and it's pretty balanced. So that way you can move it wherever you need to. Otherwise, if you need to wheel it, you can just grab here, so it'll be on the wheels, or here. Either way, there's a lot of easy ways to move this thing. It's not a heavy bench either. Some of these benches can be about 100 pounds. I think this one's about 45, 50 pounds. The stability of this bench, it hasn't been wobbly, it hasn't slid. Since it's got rubber feet, it is planted. Especially with the flooring being rubber too, I mean, it's stuck like glue. It doesn't go anywhere. As far as some negatives or some complaints that people have talked about, there's two things that I'll address. The first thing is this bench has a longer back pad than most. So if you're taller, that's great, but it does add more leverage. If you're at the very end of the bench, there's a higher risk of it tilting. So just be aware of that. There hasn't really been any instances where that's happened to me, but it does happen to some people. So just be aware of that for your safety. The last thing you want to do is hurt yourself. And the last thing is the gap in between the bottom and top cushion is probably about 2.5, 3 inches wide. And the only time that I feel it is when I've got it on a decline and I'm doing sit-ups or decline pressing. Other than that, it's really not that bad. But if you're really nitpicky and you want it to look super flush and everything, this may not be the favorite bench for you. I've really enjoyed being able to take off the leg attachment that locks you in for sit-ups. And also going back to that video I'll share is you can also put things in here to make like a leg curl or leg extension apparatus. So it's nice to be able to have just a bench. So when you're doing presses and everything, your feet aren't going to hit anything or there's no bars. There's nothing obstructing where you need to go. I've really appreciated the numbers on each hole. So that way it makes it very easy to remember which hole feels best for which exercise that you're doing. Makes it so you can switch quickly, easily, and there's no guesswork involved. Other than those two things I mentioned before, there's really nothing else to complain about. I mean, to me, they're really not that big of a deal anyways. But if that's something that you're looking to not have to deal with, then hopefully this helps you out. As far as the price range, this is somewhere between the low to low medium price. The full price is around $280, but there always seems to be a sale. I was checking this right before I filmed, and it's 200 bucks right now. They've always got some good sales going. When I first got it originally, I think it came with like a $70 or $80 coupon. So it's awesome. They're always giving them away for a pretty good price. And for everything that it offers, it's hard to beat that price. This thing has been awesome. There's been no signs of big wearing or anything like that other than a little bit of stretch. It's been great. No issues. I don't slide around on the leather. I'm pretty stuck into it, so it's been very nice for that. So at the end of the day, would I recommend getting this? And am I still happy with my purchase? Absolutely. This thing has been awesome. It's been a key component. You don't have to have an adjustable bench in your gym, but if you do, you don't want to go without it because it is so nice to be able to have one. And if you can get one for a good price, absolutely go for it. And the more that you use it, the more that you enjoy it, the more you'll get your money's worth. And that brings this video to an end. I hope it was helpful for you, cleared up some questions, and help you decide if it's a good fit for you or not. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe with everyone that you know. There'll be plenty more good stuff coming with reviews, meal prep, workouts, all sorts of good stuff coming. So don't forget to tune in for more self-build.